I am getting my first real taste of winter in Washington. I just got up here a couple of days ago onto the boat. It was decent weather when I first got here. In fact, the one day I was working up on the top, I'm trying to re-waterproof the canvas on the top, because when it was raining, rain was just pouring through it. And I wound up out there with no jacket on and whatnot. However, quite a different story right now. It changed, in fact, that day. The weather changed about midday and has not straightened itself out ever since. So I'll give you a little bit more of the details, but right now I'm in the boat. Me and the dog just got back from a frosty walk out there. She is in her favorite spot, all curled up on the couch. We have the fireplace going over here on YouTube for that psychological warmth, and yeah, it's cold up here. So let's jump in and I'll show you what's going on. All right, well, under the category of things can change just as drastically up here in the Pacific Northwest as they can anywhere else, I'll look you out the back here. Earlier today, it was quite lovely. In fact, I came up here on the top, and you'll see there is no top right now. I took all the canvas down because I bought this stuff called Canvas Shield, and this restores the waterproof nature of canvas. I also got some appropriately named bird poop remover and some canvas cleaner. So I have got all the top part of the canvas back here. I've washed it, scrubbed and scrubbed and scrubbed and scrubbed, and got most of the green gooey stuff off, the growth that's on there. And I have put one coat of the canvas shield back on it. You spray it on and let it dry. So I've done that, and it's got to dry for 24 hours, and then you kind of spray it one more time, and then I'll be able to throw it back up there. However, having watched the weather report, it sounds like what's going to happen is we're in for a blow tonight and cold temperatures. So they've been sending out wind chill warnings. I think we're going to be just fine, but I might go top off the water, and pretty much got everything buttoned up as much as we can get it. So we'll be all right. But it's going to be a cold one. So I just took the dog out for a quick walk to try to maybe be done walking her tonight. But I bet we're going to have to get one more in. But yeah, it just turned in the last hour. Went from, it was sunny, and I didn't have a jacket on. I was out there working on washing this canvas and stuff. It was quite nice, and then all of a sudden now it's a cold front just passed over, or is passing over as we speak, and temperature is just plummeting. So there you go. Changeability, just like anywhere else, it changes up here just as fast as it does anywhere else. Up here, however, the consequences, if you didn't really pay attention to the weather, could be a little more substantial, because it is getting lively out there. So I don't know if you can really pick this up, but way out there in the distance, we have big old whitecaps blowing down the bay, and even the seals seem to be kind of quieting down and hunkering down. So there we go. Gonna be a cold night. Well, it's 4:30 in the morning, and as promised from the weatherman, it is biblically windy out there right now. But everything seems to be holding up okay. Got waves breaking over the seawall out there. The little middle breakwater between me and the ocean. Alright, well, I just got back from the first walk of the dog. It's not raining right now, and the wind has definitely subsided a little bit. The seals managed to make it through okay. You can hear them over there probably. Well, you can't right now because they all stopped. They got performance anxiety when I pointed the camera at them. So we're just gonna walk around, check the ropes, make sure everything still looks okay. So what we've got going on here is we're on day 3 of pretty darn cold weather up here in the Pacific Northwest. However, I have to be a little careful when I'm complaining. So maybe it's only day 2. Anyway, it seems like it's about day 3. I'm looking out at the breakwater out here, and the waves from the bay are breaking and splashing up over the top of the rocks, and there's probably 6 feet of rocks exposed. There's mist coming up off the ocean. It's pretty cold, but I have on my phone, I've got my weather app set up, to kind of get alerts for back home in Midvale and up in Montana where the folks live. And I just got an update for up there where the folks are, and they're calling for wind chills down to 40 below tonight. And I think tonight and maybe tomorrow night. So I don't want to complain too bad, but it is about 18, 19 degrees, something like that up here, and the wind is howling, so it's pretty darn cold. The boat's doing all right. I did find an outlet back there where the washer and dryer hooked in that is straight off of shore power. It doesn't run through the inverter, so I'm able to run an electric heater off that and have that bad boy just cranked all the way up. I've also got my little Coleman tent buddy camp heater that I can turn on if I need to. I have turned off the Webasto diesel heater just to conserve diesel a little bit. I went down and had a look down there, and we're at about half a tank of both the saddle tanks. You know, there's tanks on either side of the boat there. I can't recall. I want to say we have 600 gallons of capacity total on the boat, or 400 gallons, one or the other. But anyway, we're getting to where might need to watch that a little bit if we're going to get all the way through till about March before we can go gas up again or fuel up. So yeah, it's not fit for man or beast out there right now, and the beast wants to go for a walk. So I don't know if that's going to happen. She was out there this morning just jumping around and happy as could be, and I was all bundled up and cold and complaining, and she was having a great time. So I'm just working, doing some work here on the boat, and work, and I just thought I'd catch you up on what the weather's doing. All right, well, I survived it. The winter blast has kind of passed over us, I believe. The worst of it might be behind us. It's currently about 10:30 in the morning on the boat here, and it's already 31 degrees outside, so we're almost above freezing, which will be lovely. I did get an alert on my phone for the Roundup Lavina area where the folks are, and I think the standing temperature is still well below 0, 7 to 10 to below, and it's windy, so 25 to 40 below wind chill factors over there. Not cool. But here, not so bad. There's not much wind so far today, and I think it's shaped up to be not a bad day. So I may get up there and get a little bit of work done on the windlass if I get lucky here. I'm starting to kind of clean up a few of the projects I was working on. I got the top put back up on the boat that I was waterproofing the canvas. That's all done. I did make a major mistake. I worked on the isinglass windows when it was colder than a well digger's butt, and cracked a few of them, 3 of them to be precise, all the ones on the port side of the boat. So at some point I'll have to take those in and have new glass put in them. Hopefully that won't be too bad. I'll take the panels out, and I'm sure they can just sew in a new piece of isinglass. I have got the teak steps off the swim ladder. I'm going to try and get those put back in place. I've teak oiled them, sanded them, cleaned them all up. I've got new stainless steel hardware to bolt those back in. That won't be too fun, but I'll just be back there on the back of the boat getting those done. And then I'll clean up the back of the boat back there. It looks like a construction project is going on at all times. The bar area is a mess. It's got tools and supplies and all kinds of stuff all over it. So a little bit of cleanup to do, and then hopefully I've got the template for the new windlass that I need to go up there where I was cleaning that area up and lay the template out and mark my holes to drill the holes for the bolts, and then bolt that thing down, and then that'll be most of the work up on top of the boat, and the rest will be happening down in the front, in the bow, inside here, where I'll be working up in the chain locker, getting the wiring all done. So a little bit of work outside and some to do inside today, and should be hopefully make good progress, and won't be feeling like we're fighting the weather the whole time. But for right now, probably going to wrap this one up. It's getting a little long, which is because I always talk way too much, but I talk too much. So anyway, I'll wrap this up, get it in the can, and next time you see me, hopefully we'll be up on the bow of the boat, making sure we can deploy and retrieve our anchor.